Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe. So, class 7. Today we are going to start our chapter number 7, Loops and Graphics in QBasic. So, students, first of all, recall condition statement in QBasic. Exactly, condition statement allows is a relational expression that can be evaluated to either true or false basics. So student, today we are going to discuss about a page number 98. So open up page number 98. Let's start topic match the columns correctly by drawing lines. Okay. So first is a let. First matching is a let. So answer is your used used to assign value used to assign values in a QBasics program. So correct answer is B part. So next is input. Input works to use to accept values from user in a program. Now next is third is a if then statement. If then statement works are used for testing a single condition. So D option is correct. Now next is select case. Select case option 4 is so answer correct is used for testing multiple condition works. So A answer is a correct. Now last is a variable. Fifth is a part of a variable. So variable helps to an entity whose value can change during the execution of a program. So student, fill it properly a matching to accordingly columns correctly to a statements, follow the and put the numbers at matching in all types of a statement to apply in a matching. So fill it properly, page number 98. Let's start. 7. This is a software of related of a QBasics. Okay, first of all see this is a QBasic software. Just first of all file, you can see properly file. In this file you can search new, open, save as option, print and exit option. Okay, then next is a edit option. In this QBasic software you can see a cut, copy, paste, clear, etc. all are added in this. Then next view, then search, run option, debug and options related. Okay, then student, in this software, in this first page you can write a simple program. So I'm going to writing a simple program. See properly in this QBasic. So student, write a program simply. Program name is student to print the multiplication table of a number. So write first of all CLS, then after second line write input. Okay, then space, inverted comma, and you can enter a number. Okay, see, correct the spelling of a enter. So first of all inverted comma, then caps E, then small, okay, enter, then next A, okay, small letter, then number, okay, then space, column, next inverted comma and semicolon. Okay, then semicolon, write caps N. Okay, then after student give a space. Okay, then enter. Okay, then write a next line for, okay, and CTR, then equal space, run to 1 to 10 number. Okay, then enter, write print n star. Okay, star CTR star. Then next line, enter the next, okay, CTR. Then last line, end the program, okay. Then after see properly, students see a proper program to related to print the multiplication table of a number. Then after student just save, click the file option, just save option, okay. You can enter any file name, H, I suppose I give a name of a H. Then after H, okay. Then click the run and press the start, okay. Run and start the option. So see properly in a figure, enter a number, okay. We can enter the put a number 14, okay. Then after you will press enter, then see properly, okay. This is the output of a related multiplication table of a number. So student, do practice at your home practical of a QBasic, okay. Same practical, do practice example first to example 3 and etc, okay. Same, do it properly. So this is the program of a QBasic, okay students. Now student, your chapter number 7, loops and graphics in QBasics. So your topic is recall conditional statements in QBasic. So QBasic condition is a relational expression. So that can be evaluated to either true or false statements. So conditional statements allow us to test condition and execute a part of a program based on the test result instead of executing the whole program. So let us recall students some of the conditional statement we have learned to use in previous class. So statement, all are statements name if then else, if, select case. So purpose is how to use and test a single condition, direct the flow of execution based on the test result. Then test a condition and evaluates one of the two alternate parts of a program. Now test multiple conditional redirects the flow of the execution based on the test results and alternate of the if then else if statement to test multiple condition. Now next topic is your how does a counter work. So to define a loop, a numeric variable that works as a counter variable is used. It is assigned an initial value and this value is increased or decreased to reach a predefined final value. So test expression tests the value of the counter variable in each iterations or repetition means the test expression evaluates to true till the value of the counter has not reached so the final value. So the loop keeps on repeating till the test expression true or false statement terminates or stops automatically when it becomes false. Okay, so check this statement in this follow. First counter, first condition checked false or true and print after. You can print in this statement counter plus first then stop. So a flowchart showing how a counter variable works to repeat a loop. The next is a concept of accumulator. Means an accumulator is a variable that stores the sum of the numbers entered during the execution of a loop. So the accumulator is used when we need to enter a number during each repetition of a loop and find the sum of all these numbers when the loop terminates. So syntax for an accumulator is syntax sum and equals sum plus n. So this is a syntax of accumulator, students. Now where n is a number that is entered during a repetition. So remember that different values can be entered for n during each repetition. So let us learn about the two most commonly used conditional loops in QBasic. So called the for next loop and the while when loop. Now student, for the next loop topics, the for next loop repeats the statement and close within the for and the next keywords specified number of times in the for next loop. So all our steps are followed by a counter variable used to keep count of the number of times the loop is repeated. Second, the initial and final values for the counter variable are given with the for statement. The steps clause may be included increase or decrease the value of the counter variable by any number. So third is if the step clause is not included, the default value for steps So example first is used this step statement. We also take a negative value if the initial value is greater than the final value. So the syntax for the for next loop is as given below. So next syntax for counter start to end step value statement to be repeated next counter. For example, A first to 5 step follow print by name is loop next A. So student, in the above example, A is the counter variable have an initial value as first. The final value of A is 5 means it cannot have a value greater than 5. Then step value is first means each time the loop execute the value of A increases by first. Then after execution the value of the counter variable is tested to check if it greater than 5 or not. If not, the loop will be executed. So if the value greater than 5, loop will stop executing. So follow thereafter the control of execution will pass on to the statement given after the next cloud. So see student, next example for A first to 5 step first print my name is loop next A. So follow this flow chart is for a next loop. Okay. Next student is program using for next loop. So below the some examples how to use for next loop in QBasic. Example for discuss to show the value of a counter variable in each illustration of the group. So CLS clearly for A equal first to 5, then print the current value of A is A, then next A, then AND option. Okay. Now student, come to the next second example to print the counter value in reverse order. So question is CLS for CTR 10 to 2 step to follow print CTR and next CTR AND. So see a properly output to properly number to reverse order. Okay, then press continue. 2 here counter CTR has an initial value 10 and a final value 2. So with each illustration value CTR is 2 be decremental by 2. The value of CTR will be printed and checked after every iterations and the loop will be excited once it becomes equal to 2. Then come to the example 3 to print the multiplication table of a number. To relate a multiple program to run a CLS same input enter a number n. Then for CTR 1 to 10 reverse print and star CTR next CTR end. So this program to table multiple to follow the table of multiple related in example 3. Okay. Then next topic students, see probably the while when loop topic. Okay, the while when loop is a conditional loop. Okay, here the given test expression is first checked and if it evaluated to true depending upon the current value of the counter variable, these statements enclosed in the loop are executed. So the loop stops executing once the test expression evaluates to false, then and the control is transferred to the other statement in the program. So follow the syntax while when statement is as follows. Syntax while test expression, then statement increment or decrement expression when. So see a properly flow chart of showing a while when loop. Okay, start A first, then while A 5, then true and false print this statement A equal A plus 1, then stop. Okay, see the structure of a while when loop. Then observe the example number first to print a statement 5 times using the while when loop. So students, see properly CLS write A is equal to 1 and while run to 5 and print this statement will type 5 times. Okay, so A equal A plus 1 when and then end. So see a output to print the 5 times of a loop. Then student, next here the counter variable A is assigned a starting value first. The text expression A 5, then check the current value of A in each illustration. Then if value A is less than so equal to 5, then loop is executed. Then they print the message. So statement A plus 1 increase the value of A by 1 after each illustration. Next students, see example number 2 to print square of 10 numbers starting from the number entered by the user. So check the same procedure follow. CLS I equal to 1 input enter a number n while I equal 10, then print n into n means n plus 1, then I plus 1 when n. So see properly enter a number any number 1 to see properly press enter to the show a output. Okay, then student, next example number 3 to print number in reverse order starting from the number entered by the user. So CLS I is equal to 1 input enter any number
and then while I 10 and minus 1 print and I plus 1 when end. Okay, so see a output of a to show a minus value to show a reverse order. Okay, now next and last topic is nested loops. Means sometimes we need to repeat a set of instruction given within a loop a number of times. So in such cases we create another loop within that loop. So the loop that we create within an existing loop is called a nested loop. A loop within a loop is called a nested loop. Then the program given below uses an outer loop to take names from three users and uses the nested loop to print each name 2 times. So students, see properly example program CLS. Same procedure for x equal 1 2 3. Then input enter name dollar sign. Okay, then for y 1 2 2, then print name dollar next t y next tx. So end the program. To see properly, enter the name, any name to enter, and then see the properly how to show output in a nested loop. So nested loop we need to repeat a set of instruction in a loop. Okay, so last student, in the above example the outer for loop enables the user to enter his name. The inner loop then prints the name that user enter 2 times. The program is repeated 2 more times to give the output shown above. So this is a nested loops in a queue basis. Okay students, so see properly and read properly all these topics.
So class 7th, your today's homework is remember important terms and do practice the steps done in the video. Okay students.